Hey there, musicians. It's Mr. Clegg with video number 6. And we're going to talk about the 1-4-5 progression on the piano now with chord inversions. And first of all, I won't get to this till the next video about why are they called 1, 4, and 5. And with these Roman numerals, not regular, Arabic numerals that we're used to using. And the reason for that is just because they're chords. I'll get to that more in the next video, but right now I just want to see I want you to see how this is applied. Hopefully that'll be a motivating factor. That's why I chose to make the videos in this order before I've explained this. But yeah, so let's do this. Here's our C chord, right? So we're gonna say that it's our 1 chord because we're in the key of C. Whatever key we're in, that's the root of we call that the 1 chord. All right, and then we can go up. I have to scoot this over a little bit. Let's see. Nope, other way. Okay, I think that works. So I got I can play the chords like this. 1, and then I can go to the 4, and then I can go to the 5. Right, so I can go. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow. And then we can kind of do it like that. Whoops, I didn't mean to play it like that. Okay, so we can do that, but the thing is, it actually can kind of sound a little bit cooler if we, instead of playing everything in root position, we have to slide our whole hand up and play the other chord. It can sound pretty cool if we do it by, instead of doing that, by revoicing it. So for example, let's play the C in root position. We'll just play it always like that. But we could actually play the F without having to move our hand that far, and in a way it might sound a little bit cooler. So you know that F is F, A, and C, but what if we played that in a different order? So we could play F, A, and C, but we could also just change that to make and look like, see that C note, you could leave that and you could just play the F here. You could play F, A, C like this, C, F, A, right? So now there's my 4 chord, my F chord. So I can actually slide those 2 notes over, but leave the C where it is. So there's my 1, and there's my 4 chord. So I can be like, sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, right? So that's the kind of thing, right, that we can do. So, and then, here's the cool thing. I can do the same thing, but I can, let's see, quickly, I'll just pause it real quick. So the question I'm asking is there a way that I don't have to move my hand very far and it will actually sound cooler in a way too? So where I can do G without moving very far, right? So I can do my G, let's see, and actually there is. So because there's a G, oops, so there's a G, and then there's a B, and then there's a, so it's GBD. Hold on a sec. Okay, I actually made a mistake. That's not what I was going to do. There's our C chord, right? You could go down to a G down there. Whoops. Oh gosh, it's so hard to play these little. Okay, there we go. There's our G chord, and there's our C again. We could do it that way. That's actually not what I was going to do, so I just made a little mistake. What I meant to say was you could play it by only moving a couple of fingers over. So from your C chord, right, you can actually just leave the G alone, leave that where it is, and move this one down one to that D, and move this one down one to the B. So you can actually play your G chord like this. That's a G chord, right? So you can go there's your C chord, and then there's your 5 chord, your G chord, right? So I'm going to erase this just so the screen doesn't look too crazy, and I'm going to demonstrate how this works. see if I can actually do this with these tiny keys. So, sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, whoopsie, there we go, we know that there's always tomorrow. All right, so that's the idea, playing your 1, 3, and 5. Let's see if I can do the chorus now. Lean on me when you're not strong. Whoops. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So that's a way to play your 1, your 4, and your 5 chord without moving your fingers very far. And I think it sounds better than playing it like, so, you know, sometimes in our lives. Na, na, na. So I think it sounds better to keep your hands in, you know, move your hand less and just move a couple of fingers over like that. So you're changing the shape of the chord a little bit, right? And then you get your 5 over here. Right. So the cool thing about this is that you can actually do this in different keys. If you were playing this song in D, for example, you could go uh-oh. It's just hard to do on this little keyboard. That's your 5 chord, and you know. So anyway, it's a little bit crazy, but basically the hand position, you can translate it over on a real keyboard. It's a little bit easier than on your phone screen. You can translate it over to play your 1, 4, and 5 in any you know, in any key that you're in. You just have to use some black keys sometimes instead of the simple example that we just showed where it was all white keys. All right, that's it. Hopefully practice that. I want you to play Lean on Me with that, you know, with those hand positions here with our inversions. And I'll be back with the next video. See ya.